morning, welcome back for Learning Made Easy for NEET and for PUC second year, first year and 10th standard. So let us understand, in previous class we had learned about semiconductor and how they are made. So the semiconductors found in nature in the pure form are called intrinsic semiconductor, and when we add impurity to it to make its enhance its conduction, then by doping or electronically mixing some impurity to enhance its conductivity, then we get two types of semiconductor, that is p-type or n-type. And in p-type semiconductor, the majority carrier are holes, positively charged particles, and in n-type semiconductor, the majority carrier are electrons, so in a negative charge. So when we add a trivalent or pentavalent impurity, we get n-type or p-type semiconductor. When we add a trivalent impurity to pure form of intrinsic semiconductor, either germanium or silicon crystal, the p-type semiconductor is formed. And when we add pentavalent impurity to silicon or germanium crystal, then we get n-type semiconductor. So either we get p-type semiconductor or we get n-type semiconductor by adding impurity to it to enhance its conductivity. So once we get this p-type and n-type semiconductor, so we can make diode, we can make transistor and IC chips and all those things through this semiconductors and all. So let us see what these actually are. These semiconductor, I told these semiconductor are used to make your diode, your transistor, your integrated circuit, your ICs, your computer microprocessor. Let us see that today. So this is a motherboard of a computer. You can see this is a motherboard of a computer. So you can see these different components here. So you see this, there is here one ICs are there, see, integrated circuits are there. So here, here one IC is there, you can see this integrated circuit. So in this integrated circuit, there are small gates, logic gates. And inside these logic gates are there, transistor is there, and also certain components are there which are made from semiconductors. So these you can see IC, integrated circuit. So this is called IC, and we have certain these all small ICs, you can see integrated circuits which contain gates, transistor and all inside them. So these are all ICs, integrated circuit. So now we can see certain diodes also here. So we can see, so here and this this one is a microprocessor. So these is also made from semiconductors. So we can open and see this. So there is a pin here, I can open this. So I have opened this pin, and you can see this. If I'll remove this, so I remove the lock and see this. This is a microprocessor of a computer. So this is also, see this, this is a microprocessor of a computer. This is also made through semiconductor. So it performs the function of information with logic functions and all in the computer, whatever you give information in a computer. So this computer processor will process in a logic functions and give the output in your monitor. So this is also made from semiconductors. So all these components in a computer are made up of semiconductors. Apart from that, there are a lot of things such as this capacitor, There are capacitor. This is called a heat sink, and there are certain small transistors also. Mm, ICs and transistors are made. So these type of circuits of motherboard or mobile and all these contains semiconductors such as ICs, transistors, diodes and all those things. So these all are used in manufacturing hardware industry, your semiconductors and all. Once the once we found the semiconductor, there was boom in manufacturing industries. So and we came to know. So diode is when how the diode is formed. When we electronically joined p-type semiconductor with n-type semiconductor, a p-n junction is formed, and this p-n junction itself is called as p-n junction diode. So this p-n junction diode, once we manufactured that, what were the uses of this p-n junction diode? So this p-n junction diode were used for rectification purpose. So rectification means normally whatever the electricity is coming from outside in our house or industries or anywhere else where we are using is alternating current. Means for every half cycle the direction of the current is changing. So when the direction of the current is changing, these electronic devices, whether it is computer, mobile or anything, they work on pure DC, that is direct current. There the function of alternating current does not work. So in order to convert this alternating current, the cycle of the alternating, which is in the form of sine wave, which is continuously changing its direction, we have to use this diode as a rectifier. So rectification means converting the alternating current into direct current. We are converting the alternating current which is coming from outside into direct current. So this process of converting alternating current into direct current is called as rectification. So for the rectification purpose, we use this device semiconductor called p-n junction diode. So by using this p-n junction diode, we can rectify the alternating current into direct current. So there are in different way we can do rectification. The first process of rectification is called a half wave rectifier, where half cycle is rectified into direct current, and then there is full wave rectifier where the full wave is converted into direct current, pure positive and negative direction. And there is also bridge rectifier where even a minute quantity of AC, residual AC is also converted into DC. So we in half wave rectifier we use one diode, and in full wave rectifier we use two diodes, and in bridge rectifier we use four diodes. By connecting in, so how this rectification is made? You know the output AC voltage which is coming from outside is contained 250 or 230 volt AC alternating current, which is changing its direction for every half cycle. Now when we want to connect it to a computer, either your mobile charging or any other electronic gadgets, we have to convert that AC into DC. So we use a procedure called this 230 volt is step down to 12 volt AC by using a transformer, a device called a transformer, which will step down the voltage 230 voltage into 12 volt by using a step down transformer. Once it is step down, it is, even though it is step down, it is in the form of alternating current. So next, what is the procedure? We will connect it to a half wave rectifier or full wave rectifier or a bridge rectifier according to our necessity. As a pure form of DC, if we require, we will connect it to a bridge rectifier which is containing 4 diodes. And once we connect it to 4 diodes, the construction is, first we have to put a step down transformer which will we will give an input of AC. This step down transformer, what it will do, it will step down the voltage to 12 volt AC. So the transformer contains a primary coil and a secondary coil. To step down we are using, the number of turns in a primary coil will be more, the number of turns in the secondary coil will be less. So we want to drop the voltage, so the secondary coil will be having a number of turn less. So once the number of turn is less, the voltage is dropped down from 230 volt to 12 volt AC. Now we will connect the output of this transformer to either half wave or full wave or a bridge rectifier according to our necessity. So what output we will get after it is connected with a diode? So the half cycle or full cycle will be converted into pure DC. So the output of this rectifier is connected to a filtering capacitor and a load resistor. So from all load resistor we will take the output and use it for electronic gadgets, so that we can get a pure form of DC. So in this way we can use your diode as a rectifier. And then we have a transistor. When a transistor means it is used for amplification in your audio amplifier or in your video amplification and all those things, in your TV and audio broadcasting and all. We use this transistor as an amplifier. So this transistor, how it is made? There are two different types of transistor. One is called NPN transistor, other is called PNP transistor. So how it is made? So if N-type semiconductor is electronically joined in between, if N semiconductor is joined electronically between two P-type semiconductor, then PNP transistor is formed. And if P-type semiconductor is joined electronically in between two N-type semiconductor, then NPN transistor is formed. These are all three-legged transistors, so NPN. So in three-leg there are emitter, base and collector. So three-leg the transistor we call one as emitter, which emits electron, base, which will collect these electrons and give it to collector. So there are three legs, that is emitter, base and collector. So how these work as an amplifier we will explain in next videos and all. So actually when we connect this transistor in a circuit, so the amplification is done either audio amplification or a video amplification. In broadcasting audio amplification also it is used, in broadcasting video amplification is also it is used. So we can manufacture a semiconductor called transistor by doping a P-type or N-type semiconductor between two P-type or two N-type or between two P-type. So we get an NPN transistor or PNP transistor. So these are all the semiconductor, how it is used. For rectification and all, we use a diode, either half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier or bridge rectifier. And for our amplification we use transistor, NPN or PNP transistor, and these are all made. So by seeing this circuit board and all, we understood that we can use it for different purposes. Even this microprocessor also contains all your integrated circuits inside it, all transistor, logic gates and all, perform a logic functions and all. So these were a practical example of your ICs, integrated circuit, your semiconductors and all. So if you have any questions, you can ask me by putting a comment in this video, so that I can explain you about any doubt regarding semiconductors and all. So in future video we can understand the VI characteristic, that is voltage current characteristics of this semiconductor, either in diode, transistor and all. So how the relation between voltage and current is available. So according to Ohm's law, we know that current flowing in any circuit is directly proportional to the applied voltage and inversely proportional to the resistance of the conductor. I is directly proportional to the voltage applied, and I is equal to V by I is equal to V by R, means proportionality sign we have to put. So the current flowing in any circuit, by Ohm's law what it tells, current flowing in any circuit is directly proportional to the applied, or whatever the voltage you will apply, So the current flowing in the circuit is directly proportional to it. As voltage increases, current also increases. It is a proportionality sign. So same thing, as voltage increases, current also increases, and I is directly proportional to V by R. So as the resistance increases, current decreases. So if opposition to the current increases, current decreases. So these are inversely proportional. So I is directly proportional to V by R. So this is a formula given by Ohm's law. So these are the VI characteristic, voltage and current characteristics, and even some resistance. In future video we will understand the VI characteristics of different semiconductors and all. So today this much. Next we will meet with some more knowledgeable video. Till then, have a nice day.